This big angry guy was about to storm into my Airbnb to confront someone who broke in and scared his wife. So that morning, I got a call that no Airbnb host wants to get. My cleaner in Georgia was absolutely terrified, saying she had heard something inside the house that made her run out screaming. At first, I was skeptical. I mean, what could have possibly scared them that badly? But when I checked the footage, I saw my cleaner and the lady she cleans with bolting out of the house screaming, I knew I had to find out what was happening, so I called my cleaner back to get the full story. She was in tears. She told me she went into the home and tried to open one of the doors to a room, but the door wouldn't budge. She realized something was up against the door, and when she pushed it a little harder, she heard someone scream, "Boo!" right behind it. And get this, she was so freaked out that she told me she quit and wouldn't come work for us anymore. Unfortunately, we had a new guest checking in later that day, so I had to get the property ready and couldn't just leave it at that. So I told her to hold on, I'll check the camera footage, I'll call her back, see if anyone entered or left the house. What did I find? No signs of break-in, no weird shadows, nothing out of the ordinary. And I have to admit that a small part of me started to wonder if we might have a ghost. But here's where it gets even crazier. My cleaner's husband was furious. He was so angry that he decided to head to the property himself to confront who was ever behind that door. When he got there, he ran into an AC tech who had arrived at the home moments before the girls came out screaming. The husband, big strong guy in a rage, got in the guy's face and demanded, "Did you scare my wife?" The AC tech was completely confused, denying he had anything to do with it. Just when I thought things couldn't escalate further, I get a call from the AC tech. He's panicked, telling me that the husband is about to storm into the house full of rage. I knew this could get out of hand quickly, so we called the police right away to make sure nothing bad would happen. Meanwhile, the husband didn't hesitate. He walked straight into the house, checking room after room. Then he reached the back door, the one that had terrified his wife. He grabbed the handle and pushed the door open. And here's what he found. There was no ghost, no intruder, no wild animal, just a simple metal chair that somehow ended up behind the door. As the door opened, it dragged across the floor, creating that awful noise. Honestly, when I heard what it was, I couldn't help but laugh. The cleaner created this whole thing in her head, freaked out, and sprinted out of the property. Luckily, I called her back. She was very understanding, and I think she felt a little bit embarrassed, but at the end of the day, we managed to prepare the property for the next guest. If you like this story, you're going to be blown away by two scammers who thought they could book my Airbnb with a stolen credit card. Not with me.